Okay, today I'll be taking a look at putting some new ear pads or ear cushions on the AKG K518 LE and DJ headphones. Okay, so now when it comes to the AKG K518, the headphones, the LE, which stands for limited edition, and the DJ K518DJ are exactly the same headphones, they just have a few differences. The LE version, a limited edition version, came out a little bit later than the DJ, and it came in various colours as part of the limited edition. The cable is a lot shorter on the limited edition, as you can see, all there in its entirety on the top, and also the jack. If you take a look at the cable of the DJ, it's a lot bigger, and I've actually wrapped it back with one of those little bendy wraps as well to keep it a little bit shorter. You can also see the so this one's really designed with DJing in mind. You've got a nice long cable, you've got a thick rugged DJ type jack with a screw off 1/4 inch, screw that one fairly tight, down to the smaller jack. So you can screw your gold plated 1/4 inch jacks or adapters on there in that usual DJ fashion. Of course this is all very rugged, and it's not as susceptible to wear, whereas the limited edition has a more standard 1/4 inch jack gold plated adapter that just pushes on and off, and it's designed to be more MP3 friendly for your phone and your MP3 players. You see that's really very thin at the back compared to that one, but it is essentially the exact same headphone. The actual headphone itself is exactly the same. The headband and everything is all exactly the same. You can just see the differences on the now then, if you can just make out the K518LE limited edition, the K518DJ. So they're exactly the same headphone, bar a few different little minor discrepancies. The LE can still be used for DJing with. You've just got the limitations of it being a smaller cable. It might pull and snag on you a little bit, but I had a look on the internet, and they are still available to buy. The DJ on import from Bulgaria is about £78, so they are you know what I mean, they are still quite expensive these days. I saw the duck egg coloured, it's like a light duck egg blue, isn't it, colour of the limited edition, was £99.99, so it's £100 for the limited edition one. There are still some available for around the £40 mark, £39.99. Those are the colours, I think red and like a mint green I saw. Those are probably the colours that didn't go down so well, and the colours that a lot of manufacturers are just left with these days. So these headphones come out around about 2008. They're a lot like the Sennheiser HD25, both in size and ability, and similar in design as well. You can see that they both have the usual dual connection there for the wiring on the actual speakers or the drivers themselves. Whereas a lot of my other DJ headphones have got the single mono, where the single cable goes in on the one side, and then runs around to the other, similar to these to my AKG production ones. You see it goes in just at the one side, and then you don't have it there, and that just runs all the way down there. So you do have that. The HD25s are exactly the same in that design sense. The actual specs of them were very, very similar as well. I think one wins with a hair's breadth on one spec, and one wins on it with a hair's breadth on another. But the AKGs overall, I think, were the better with a better headphone. As far as when it comes to the pure closed backness of them, they are really, really closed back. There's no, I mean, sometimes a manufacturer will describe a headphone as being closed back, but they've always got a vent or a hole, a little hole for venting or something like that in them, which does bleed a tiny bit of background noise in. But these are so you can put a single headphone. You don't have to wear the band on your head, but you can just pick up a single headphone and press it against your shoulder and your ear, and press down on there, and you can hear so clearly in a loud environment for the size of these headphones. You know, I do think they're really, really good headphones. That's obviously why I've still got them for so long. The only problem with them is, like most headphones, I suppose, the cushions, the earpad cushions, do start to flake after a while, and they come off. I spent some time, and I've picked most of the flaking pad off the DJ, but as you can see here, you can see how they start to flake, and it does get rather annoying. So I think I gave up on those. I wrapped those up and hung those away, and when they started to do that, which for what is like £100 headphones now is a shame, isn't it? So I went back. Obviously the DJ headphones, I do use these a lot, obviously, when I'm doing my mixes and things like that. So you know, those have still been taken care of a little bit, but I got fed up with it. And if you look on eBay, people do they're not the genuine replacement cushions, but you can find some for a couple of quid. I think I pay about £6 off for 2 lots, obviously for both headphones. But so they're not going to be. In fact, the funny thing was that they were marketed for both the AKG K518 and Sennheiser HD25, which was the headphones that I said they were a little bit similar to, which was quite funny. So they're obviously exactly the same size. You know, the cushion's obviously exactly the same size to fit the same. So that's how close they were. So in that as well. So they seem nice enough. They might not be genuine, especially if they've come from you know, made in China and all that. But as long as they work, they fit the headphone. It'd be a lot nicer than those flaking cushions on these ones. I'll just back to one side. So we'll get to changing the covers themselves. So we'll take off this one. Now if you look closely on here, you can see that's obviously the side where you put your ear against, and that's the side where it fits. So you take a good look at that in advance, you'll know that it's got to fit in along there. Your best bet to do that is probably to move them around in a circular motion like that to make sure you get them fit. And take a look at the old one. We'll do these DJ ones. If we come in there, you can actually see I've just pulled on that, and it's actually pulled the stitching away. So make sure you actually remove the actual. Just be careful. I know these are going in the bin anyway. They're going to be replaced, but you know, be too hard with them. There we go. So you can see there, that's a lot. I don't know if that removable is inside there now. So there's nothing removable. You can put back in your others. So they are slightly different design, but they will fit apparently. So now you know that they have to has to go in this groove here or seam. This might just be a fiddly business for you now, just to get these in on here. Okay, so the battery just ran out there, just have to charge it back up again a little bit. So we've took our 518 DJ and we've changed the pads on there, and that's all done. So they're back just as they were when they were brand new. We saved a rather expensive pair of headphones there for another 10 years or so of life out of them, hopefully anyway. So they were the old ones, they go in the bin. We've done one of our limited edition pair, this one on here. Now I'll do another one for the camera, make sure it's not too awkward the way around we got it. So it is a bit of a pain, I'll be honest with you, although you can laugh about it, but it is a bit of a pain getting it in around this rim. What you want to do is get your new pad first, get your finger, run your finger around inside. It'll stretch it up a bit, but it'll also sometimes it's stuck down, you know, just from after when it's been made, I suppose it's just stuck to the foam inside. Just gets it a little bit stretchy. Now it does hold itself on by the fact that there's a little resistance because of it being small, so you have to stretch it in the first place and then it shrinks back down again, which keeps it on. So there is a little bit of resistance going to be coming from this, so you do have to pull on it a little bit, but try not to pull too much, because you will rip and tear the new cushion. You'll have to go and order yourself some more. So obviously you're going to have to try and get that in there to get started, get as much of it started as you can. This does get to be a bit of a pain at first, keeping it in there. So just want to pinch this bit at the top here, bring it forward, drop it down, try and keep that in place so it doesn't come back out as you move it down. The further along that you get, you will have to put a bit more pressure on it as you pull it. So we'll grab it here. Really does wind you up a little bit. And then when you find you get to the point where you get a little bit more resistance, you can put your finger from the inside that way, and then you can pull it a little bit more, drop it down, again a little bit more, put it down, a little bit more, put it down. It does after a while start to be a bit of a wind-up merchant. As you can see, you gradually work yourself your way around, but you have to watch that it doesn't slip out this back side as you come around. So once again, we're working it from the inside, just over the lip. pinch as well. So we're going back to pinching the top and pulling a bit of pressure, a little bit more pressure now. Careful not to rip the piece, but it is a necessity. You will need to really put a little bit more pressure in it. There we go, we got that in. There we go. Is it in, as the vicar said to the nun? So it's not, just a little bit left here. There we go. You just want to go back around afterwards, make sure that it's all in properly around the hinge and around the bottom piece where the cable slots in. You may find bunches up a little bit more there, around this point, just where this block is here. Need a little bit of a wiggle. Get that in there as best as you can. Same up here, where the hinge is, you've got another little block piece there where you just need to double check that that's in properly. And just go all the way around, and that's it. Let's give it a little tiny pull just to make sure that it's all solid. It's not going to come off. So there we go. So it's a little bit annoying, a little bit of pinching on here, and you might want to try a little bit from on the inside as well. Just put your finger on the inside and try pulling it on in certain places. But you can do it. You can't really do what I thought, which was put it on the net and give it a turn, because it's that tight. It won't move. So there's the limited edition headphones done as well. All up looking nice again. Might not be as nice, these Chinesey covers, you know, than the ones that you can get, but they're certainly better than the ones that was on there before. There's the state of the previous one. So these headphones, I just hooked when they started to flake. These ones, I just left them, hung them up and left them. I didn't touch them. But these ones, obviously, I spent the time when I peeled them up. I peeled it all off the soft coating, because I needed to use them, obviously, to mix with. But yeah, these are all set to go again. These ones, obviously, I use these more for listening to music with, anyway, or even though they're exactly the same headphone. I would say they're a bit more MP3 friendly. That's what they're designed for. I think that's because people that were using these DJ headphones, the K518DJ version of them, realised that they weren't just brilliant when it comes to DJing, with a good kick drum sound in a loud environment. You can still hear that kick drum and that nicely. They also had, being AKG, which is a quality firm when it comes to audio equipment for music production and sound monitoring and things like that. Obviously, being an AKG product, the sound quality of these headphones is really good as well. People were using them because of the size of them. They're not as big and bulky as a lot of other DJ headphones, and they found that they were really good for just listening to their MP3s back and hi-fi, the music, you know, play back through the hi-fi and things like that. And I think they AKG must have got wind and designed a more hi-fi and MP3 friendly set. Basically the same headphones with a slightly shorter cable, the one that a DJ might need running around a booth, and one that's a little bit more manageable for a hi-fi with the 1/4 inch, and with the regular phone for your MP3 player or your phone, etc. So that's why they made limited edition, I would have thought. But anything AKG is usually high quality. I mean, so they make audio equipment like the K518 Mark IIs that I got here. So you know, the professional audio company, their microphones that they make are top quality microphones as well. They do a lot of main user stuff as well, like audiophiles headphones, the expensive audiophile headphones as well. So it's not just expensive studio headphones such as the 240 or the expensive DJ headphones like the 518s. They do main user headphones as well, but they also do you know, main consumer headphones that are for audiophiles as well. So they're very, very high quality and very expensive headphones there as well for the regular users. So they're not their stuff comes warranted as well, as you can see. So they're a good brand. So if you were looking for if you just someone being nosy and you were looking for a pair of these, the K518s, you can still pick them up, but you won't find a bargain. It's like I say, some of these limited editions are around for £40. You're limited in colour now to the ones that they probably couldn't sell as easily. Although the green and the red, they still look nice. They looked okay. These ones, like I said, Bulgaria, I think it was. There was some, you could import them from Bulgaria, which is a cheaper thing to do, and they're £78. So £78 for these, and some of the other limited edition ones I've seen for £199. So you're looking, you know, you're looking at between £80 to £100 headphones even now still for these. So you're probably not going to find a bargain unless you go for one of the shorter cabled limited edition jobs in either a red or a green for around £40. So obviously country to country that may differ what stocks are left, but they are a good headphone. I do really like them. I prefer to use them at home. They're not as bulky as my Sony MDR 700, which they need repairing actually. The gimbal's broke on them, or the standard the Stanton Pro 2000 Pro S, or they're a bit bulky as well. So they're nice. I think they're nice, they're stylish. They're relatively light. They do feel high. The way everything works is the action's nice, high quality. You can tell that's there's no clinking, wobbliness of it. Everything's all tight and nice, how it should be, which what I'd expect from AKG, to be honest with you, from a high quality firm. But everything's just nice. Whereas the Sennheiser HD25 was just a thin band, wasn't it? I think. No, good headphones, but I don't think they. I don't think the HD25s have got the the edge on these at all whatsoever. I think these absolutely they absolutely own the Sennheisers every step of the way. But that's how you change your
your cushions. These new cushions, obviously, like I say, I got them off eBay, and I think it was about £6, something like that, for two sets. But you can see the pricing of them fluctuates. Some people selling for about a tenner for one pair. Some people selling them for £3.95 for one pair. Obviously coming from Hong Kong and places like that. So have a look around on there, shop around before you pick up the earpads. But it's certainly worth doing it. A couple of quid to save, you know, what in some cases are £100 headphones, £80 headphones, you know, and keep them going, prolong them even more. I think when I bought them, they were about £40 headphones. So the price of them has gone up, to be honest. I think the Stanton Pro S, when I bought them, they were nearly £100, and the Sonys, I think they're about the same as well. And I've really enjoyed these headphones. I really do like them. The weight of them's great. You don't even have to put them on your head. You can just use the one headphone and just rest it on your shoulder and press your ear and your head into it. Obviously, like all DJ headphones, they when it comes to DJ headphones, you will have problems when it comes to wear and longevity, you know how they hold up. My Sony MDR V700s have got the dreaded gimbal break. They're broken. They were about 90 odd to £100 headphones, weren't they, when they come out? My oldest ones, these are the Stanton Pro 2000S. I used these for years. These were the ones that I used on ritzy duty and things like that. You can see they're duct taped up. Obviously they still work fine, still going well all these years later. You do see a lot of DJs out there with the duct tape on their headbands as well. I think Fatboy Slim, I think he's got a version of these, the single ear, where you've got no headphone on the one side. You just got the headband and the one earphone, and I think he had, or he did for a while anyway, and he taped it up. But if I can remember rightly, but Norman Cook. But these, obviously, these are still going. The one good thing about these is if the cable's snagged on, they've got. I'm sure they have. They've got. There you go. They've got a pull-out jack on that end as well, so you're never going to damage the cable. If it gets snags, it just comes out one end or the other. So that's what I liked about those. I have actually bought, and this can be a good thing just to let you know, I bought a cheap copy pair on eBay of I think they were a Pioneer, but they were clearly not a Pioneer. They didn't look like Pioneer. The headband is exactly the same as this one, and the gimbal on the Stanton, and it was cheap. I think you get them on AliExpress, but you can probably find some on eBay as well if you look. And it's a good way of repairing your headphones and things like that. I think they were about £15 or something like that to save. I mean, I think these were 95 quid as well. So you basically say again £100 headphones. I think most DJ headphones of any worth, of any kind of generation, usually cost about the £100 mark. I think these days you've seen it can drop to about half that. Obviously I think these need some new earpads as well. The black's come off the top and it's just got the sponge. I must have picked the black off there, so probably, I don't know if you can get them or not, but they're not too bad. But yeah, I bought a new headband through the cheap set, and what I was going to do is obviously take the two headphones apart and replace them, and obviously try and keep the black bit which has Stanton as opposed to the one that's got a false Pioneer printed on the top of it. But Turns out that the clone headphones that I bought were actually proper DJ headphones. They're just a cheaper set of what people sell. I think I've seen American Audio sell them, and a few other brands, and they just print their name on them. In this case, somebody printed a false Pioneer on those ones, but I've tried them, the drivers and everything in them, they're actually not that bad. So I was like in two minds. Do it, you know, you keep them as a spare set, just in case anything goes wrong with your headphones and you need to do a mix or a podcast or whatever, and you could use them. They could even be used fine, really, in my opinion, in a small bar or a pub or something like that. So, but I think with all the headphones that I have got, I don't think I'm going to have that worry, so I might just take them apart and repair the headband, retrace the wire and everything back through. So I think we'll see. I might be able to get away with that. I think I might just be able to get away with replacing the headband. I don't know. I've got to look to see how they disassemble first. I know you got screws down there on the black bit, but I'm on about the actual headband. But if it's glued together, you could be in you could be in trouble there. You might not even be able to get it open without destroying it. So it could be one of them ones. Do you want to risk a pair of £100 headphones that are still working, albeit with some duct tape on, for the sake of a maybe repair or not? But as it comes to durability, I'll be honest with you, the amount of time I've used them, these AKG ones, or these ones especially, even though they're the same headphone, because these are the DJ ones, I mainly used to DJ with the black ones, that the durability on them, the headband and everything like that, and the actual gimbal, there's not a problem with them at all. They're still in tip-top condition after about 10 years or so for heavy use, really. So that is something, especially when you look at these ones. I know these ones were carted about a bit on ritzy duty years ago, and local club nights and things like that. But the Sonys, I mean, everybody always said about the Sonys, oh, the gimbal will break. Well, yeah, it did. So that's what it should be like the other end. But yeah, it did, the dreaded gimbal disease on the Sony. So what I might do is the same thing with them. If I can pick up some a cheap crap copy version of them, and I'll just take the gimbal out and use the gimbal and repair them. Or I've seen people who've still got the because it's the actual one where the wire goes in. So I might actually just take that off and make a custom stick type headphone with the headphone on the end of a stick, and probably put a handle on there for probably a motorcycle bar handle, or a BMX handle or something on there, and make it all nice and custom. That might be a good thing to do, but be even better if I had a lathe to do it. So, but you know, I'll leave that down the line a little bit. But yeah, the AKGs, these AKGs, if you wanted to pick one up nowadays, like we say, you're probably not going to find a bargain, to be honest with you. Like I say, they're about between £80 and £100 for both of them. I mean, even the DJ ones, which is supposed to be the most expensive version of them because of the better cable and things like that. You know, from Bulgaria, I can pick them up for touching 80 quid. I think 78, wasn't it, something like that. These some of these limited edition ones, you can actually pick up the less desirable colours, what's left in stock, for about 40 quid if you're lucky. But even then, on most expensive, like the ducky egg blue, like a light egg blue ones, £99.99. So again, £100. They're even more expensive nowadays than they were when they came out.